Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use your browser to join a Microsoft Teams meeting for attending a presentation or doing your own presentation. So when you be invited, you will be receiving a URL. So you can put the URL on your browser, for example, like this one, meeting.vipresearchgroup.ca, and then you can hit the enter key. The browser will redirect you to the Microsoft Teams uh, uh, server. So you at this moment you will have two choice. The first one is to use a pre-installed Microsoft Teams software to join the meeting. The second one actually is trying to use the the browser. So basically, you can use browser to join a meeting, but sometimes you will find that you cannot share your screen on the browser. So depending on which browsers you are using, sometimes you will not be able to do the desktop sharing or screen sharing. But let's take a look first. So let's join with our browser. So I click on continue on this browser. You will see something looks like this. So basically, if you already have a Microsoft Teams account and already have a log in with your Microsoft Office account, then you will be able to see your name, your photo directly. On the other hand, perhaps you can join as a guest. So basically, that is what you can do. Now, since I already have the account, so let's take a look. So I want to also share my camera. So remember, when you are using Microsoft Teams in a browser, you need to notice that there is an icon saying that you allowing the browser to use your camera as well as your microphone. So that is a very important thing here. Some people they didn't click on the allow the camera and the and the microphone. In that case, they cannot be heard. They cannot be seen. So that is what you will want to do. So let's join now. By the way, different kind of Microsoft Teams meeting room may have their own restriction. Uh, restriction. So in that case, sometimes you will need to wait in the lobby until someone in the meeting room to bring you back into the lobby. That is a kind of a security mechanism. So that's we're trying to avoid any uh, random visitors accessing to our meeting and then doing something very strange. So that is what you may encounter. You will be putting in a lobby and until someone to allow you to get into the meeting room. So right now we have already in the meeting room. So when you move your mouse cursor over to the screen, you will be able to see some of the items. Of course, the first one is how much time has already been passed this meeting room open. Since this is meeting room open, it doesn't mean this meeting has already been started for 1 minute, but probably it's showing you at 1 minute ago this meeting room it was opened. The second one, of course, you can turn your camera off at any time you want, so you can also turn it on again so you can see me. The third thing is the microphone. So I always suggest you to if you are not talking, please mute your microphone. um, in that case you will be able to um, to have a better meeting experience because you will not be able to hear someone's voice, I mean their background voice, or some echoes. So that is what you should do. And um, this one, actually, this icon is very unclear, but remember, this icon actually means share your screen. So we will do that later. Um, this this is more action dot 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 icon. When you click on dot 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 icon, you can see your device settings. So in any case, if you cannot really hear or talk, then I would suggest you to click on the device setting. So you can see your speaker, you can see your microphone, you can see your camera, and so on. So making sure that you choose correct speaker, correct microphone. And if you have more than one, you probably want to switch from one to another to double check. Beside the device settings, sometimes you want to enter the full screen mode, so you can see a larger screen because someone is sharing their screen. So you may want to make sure that you can see the screen clearly. And of course, you can start a recording. Sometimes, remember, not everyone will have this permission to do that. But in any case, if you have the permission, then you can start a recording of the whole meeting. By the way, according to privacy policy, usually when you start a recording, you should tell everyone that you are going to record this meeting. Is that okay for them? So if everyone is okay for you to record the meeting, then that is fine. But if they don't want, then you shouldn't do that. Um, of course, sometimes you may want to save some bandwidth. You only want to see uh, the desktop sharing or application sharing from the speaker, but you don't want to get a lot of video feed from different participants because each of the video feed may cost some bandwidth. In that case, you can turn off the incoming video, so making sure that you have a better smooth meeting. Beside the dot 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 three dot icon, there is one thing called raise your hand. So sometimes if you want to say something, you may want to raise your hand to making sure that your meeting organizer or the chair knows that you want to say something. So on their screen, they can see someone is raising their hand. Perhaps we can also see that from the participants. So let's click on the show participants. You can see, did you see that? I just raise my hand. So if I put down my hand, then I can people will see there is no hand here. So taking a look at here, if you are a chair, you should try to take a look at this icon to see whether or not the people they are raising their hand. By the way, usually we call legacy hand. So after or when you are allowed to speak, you should try to remember after you speak or when you are allowed to speak, lower your hand so we don't have the legacy hand there. Because when you speak something and you forget to lower down your hand, people they think you still want to say something else. So that is very very important things that we should do. When you raise your hand, you should lower your hand. And we just see the participants panel. We can also see the conversation panel. So if you click on conversation panel, you can see here. So you can talk to others directly. Hello, everyone. So that is a chat function. Everyone knows that. So you can just close this one. So basically, this is what you are going to see on your browser. Let's go back to see what will happen if we click on the join with our Microsoft Teams. So let me hand up here. And again, I will put the invited meeting URL so I can try to be invited again. So this time, let's use Open Microsoft Teams rather than using the browser. So click on the Microsoft Teams. Your Microsoft Teams will be opened and it will show you something like this. So you can see, okay, you want to preview your camera, that is good. So you can preview yourself. And you can see I have a virtual background here. If you want to use your real background, you can click on the background filter and then you have a different choice. So this is what I choose, and you can choose other background if you want. And once you choose the other background, you can see the background will become another things. So there are some built-in background, or you can consider to upload your own photo. This is what I have, my own photo. So I use my own photo to do this. Beside the background, you may want to mute yourself when you join a meeting, because if that meeting has 20 people out there and you join with your Microsoft microphone turns on, then some people they may hear you or hear some noise from you. So if you are joining a meeting room which uh, you are not the first one or not the second one, there are many people there, you don't know, then you just mute your microphone here. Of course you will use your computer audio, and then you can join now. So when you join, actually what you see is very similar to what we can see in the browser. So but right now you can see everything is here. So we can still mute unmute our microphone. We can still mute our camera, and we also have the share content here. So if you want to share anything, you can click on the share, and you can see, by the way, if you have two screens, you can decide which screen you want to share, or you don't care which screen you want to share a particular um, application, then you can choose that application and then share. If you want to share some video, usually it is not a good idea to share your video, because video has a lot of frames in 1 second, and sometimes the frame will not be so smoothly when people they are seeing. So in your computer, when you play a video, 1 second you have 30 frames, but then when it's distributed to others, that will become like a 10 frames 1 second. So people they may not see a good video, quality video from their side, but if you still want to share that, that is okay, you can do that. But when you do that, sometimes in your video, the video may have audio. So in that case, you may want to click this to include the computer sound. If you don't click this icon, then people they will not be able to hear your video's audio track. So that is very important. If you don't want to share a video with audio, then that is fine. But if in any case, if you want to share a video or share something which will have some sound effect or background music or some narrated audio, then you need to click on include the computer sound. This is what you want to do. So when you choose a window, you double click on the window and then you can share. You can also share one of your screen. That is good. Okay, when you stop sharing, you can also click on this icon. When you start your sharing, this icon will become a X inside this screen. Right now, there is an arrow, which means you want to share. But after you started your sharing, this icon will become a box with X. So you can click on that so you can stop sharing. So Everything else looks very similar to what you can see in your browser. The difference may be here. Earlier in browser, you can only raise your hand, but here you can do some laugh, you can do some applause, you can say good, like, and the heart. So that is almost everything. You probably will say there is something like a breakout room, which is not in our video because breakout room usually is used by the chair of this meeting, so they can put the people into different breakout rooms, so you guys can discuss your matters inside there. Uh, in one circumstance, you will be able to use a breakout room, which is, for example, if you are attending your oral presentation or your oral examination, that at the end of oral examination, the supervisory committee members, they may want to discuss whether or not they want to pass you. In that case, you will be putting into a breakout room, so people they can talk, and they can talk freely and make a decision, and then you will bring back to the main room so they can announce the final decision. So this is where we use the breakout room. Okay, I hope everything is good for you. When you want to leave your Microsoft Teams, you can click on leave, or you can click on end the meeting if you are a chair. So one more thing before we end this presentation is, sometimes when you are giving a Microsoft Teams invited URL, when you hit the enter, you will see something like this. The room is not ready yet. Please come back and reload the page later, or the browser will also try again in 60 or 90 seconds again. So when you see this, this means the meeting room is not still is still not available yet. So please, you can come back later, or you can remaining this browser on. So when the meeting room is there, you will be redirected to the meeting room directly. The browser will try to refresh this every 60 to 90 seconds. Okay, I think that is everything. I hope it helped you, and thank you so much for watching this lengthy video about 18 minutes. But I hope it will give you a good idea. Thank you so much. See you later.